All right, guys, welcome to Story Trading VIP Pre-Market Prep. I can't get my phone screen to show on the screen today for some reason, which I don't like. I guess it means they'll get bigger charts in a second, but I'll do my best to use a desktop. I like my phone better for charts. Isn't that crazy? All right, anyway. So yesterday we had a great day in our model portfolio. The daily picks didn't work as well. We'll go over them in a second. Model portfolio back above benchmark here. If you're just doing equal weighted, cumulative return, that's equal weighted, and this is the return going by our weighted return. But I discovered a flaw in how calculating this, which is probably under calculating the performance. The flaw is this portfolio weighting. We're not increasing it at the end of each day. For example, well, this one doesn't show, but like our growth stocks, hold on, this is now reset for today. So let me just, growth category is up 3.5% yesterday, right? So you have a 25% allocation that gives 3.5%. It's going to increase your portfolio weighting if everything else is down less than 3.5%. So we're not increasing the weighting or decreasing the weighting based on performance that day. So this spreadsheet here basically is only reflective in the real world if you're reallocating, if you're rebalancing at the end of each day back to these weights, then this spreadsheet will be accurate. And I noticed this because I'm like, wait a second, my personal portfolio, which is closely mirroring this, is doing better than what's going on here. So I discovered that's the reason. So at some point, it's going to be a complicated formula. I don't know. I'll have to come back and we'll have to adjust the portfolio weighting daily based on how the performance is. And then we'll rebalance, we'll have to figure out when something either really gets too high, right? Let's say AI goes to 40% because it's outperforming. Then we'll say, okay, now let's rebalance back to 25%. Or we'll come up with a systematic way of doing it, like weekly, monthly, something like that. All right, but for now, there is a flaw in this, which I think is now underrepresenting our performance. All right, so that being said, let's head on over to macro here. First, a lot on the schedule. Okay, tomorrow, let me just go first. Let's go ERs. All right, we have Oracle earnings tonight. We have then tomorrow, we have FOMC in the morning. So Oracle earnings tonight. CPI 8:30 tomorrow morning, FOMC 2 p.m. tomorrow, and then tomorrow afternoon we have earnings on AVGO. So let's just add that here. Broadcom. So Broadcom, going to add that to our ER list. Okay. So Oracle today, Broadcom tomorrow, CPI tomorrow morning, FOMC 2 p.m. tomorrow, and then Tesla vote Thursday. So that's all the big stuff on the radar. Okay, as far as FOMC and CPI, I'm really only concerned for IWM. As I've been talking about, these interest rate situations don't really matter. Let's go to a better chart here. They don't really matter for QQQ SPY. If you have a good balance sheet, the higher interest rates, all these companies just barreling through that the last year and a half doesn't matter. But it does matter for IWM, which is it's underperforming QQQ and SPY. So, I'm not going to have an opinion on IWM. I'm going to maybe stay clear even of micro caps, or just have less weighting of that going into tomorrow, CPI and FOMC. If the data is good, right? If CPI is light, if FOMC is dovish, then that's going to be game on for IWM. For QQQ and SPY, not worried either way. All right. So that's the story on that. Obviously, it's a good idea to take some risk off the table going into those events. Now, going into individual stocks, yesterday let me talk about Shop first, because Shop was on our radar last week. I had call options and I sold them yesterday, and I saw this beautiful breakout. I sold them yesterday near the end of the day, but I was just, a couple other things didn't work yesterday. Tesla didn't work, Apple didn't work. So I was like down on a few other things. I'm like, let me take profits ahead of FOMC. Let me raise some cash. And then boom, you get another catalyst, Shop. So Shop down here had like a Goldman Sachs upgrade. It's been on our radar for a couple of weeks. Broke the 20 DMA. And now it's trying to get into this gap over here. This morning, JP Morgan upgraded them. Yep, JP Morgan upgraded them. $74 price target from JP Morgan. Hold on. Okay, $74 price target is $63.80 here in pre-market. So your targets here, bottom of this gap, which is this is why I hate test stop. Okay, 64.20. So 64.20 will be your breakout level, and then your target's going to be the 50 DMA at 66.61. So write those down: 64.20. And then 66.61 on Shop. Now we have had Shop in our model portfolio here in the growth bucket right there. We added it right near the bottom, actually. Oh, we don't have the entry prices here. We should add that. We should add our entry prices on here. So that'll be interesting. So in any case, we're getting the benefit of Shop in our model portfolio, and kicking myself a little bit, but no, I had to take profits. I was up on a bunch of things yesterday: Hood, DraftKings, Shop. And it made up for a bunch of losses I had. So I was kind of clearing the slate yesterday, raising some cash. But in any case, Shop with the upgrade this morning, top of the watch list with those two price targets. All right, Apple didn't work out yesterday, but I actually didn't quit on this. I added more at the end of the day. I think most of the analysts have this wrong. I think we're seeing a sell the news. There's a lot of pundits, let's call it the pundit class out there, the pundit class really poo-pooing this event by Apple, saying how come they didn't make their own AI? Disappointment. Now, I actually think, and I found an analyst that reflects exactly my thoughts. It was D.A. Davidson. Let me see. I can't share my phone screen, so let me read it to you. Or is it here? Let me see if I can find it in here. D.A. Davidson. All right, okay, hold on. Let me read you what this says. Okay. Yep, D.A. Davidson analyst Gil Luria said it's a watershed moment It's a watershed moment, and it's not the one I wanted. Standalone app question experience in the stock, which is Trail Tech Bears. Analyst believes the AI features that will be integrated into Apple's existing ecosystem will drive broader adoption of AI and give Siri the juice to execute tasks on. Yeah, there's better ones out there. Basically, a lot of the pundit class disappointed that they're not making their own AI, but I think this is one of their biggest events in a decade. And personally, putting my average Joe hat on, it's the first time I'm excited to buy a new iPhone. I'm going to be one of the first trying to get that new iPhone. I think the sales of this new iPhone are going to blow away analyst expectations. You know, the bears, the pundits have to remember that Apple's strength is UX. All right, that's what they've always been known for. That's what they are known for now, and their ability to put everything together in a beautiful UX. And I had a post on here. Let me see if I can find it because I had some really nice posts, nice thoughts I want to get across to you guys. Here we go. All right, so this is from my Twitter, if I can find it. There we go. Where are you? All right. Okay. So this is what I put. As a consumer, this is the most significant AI product release yet by far. The value in Apple is and always was how they integrate and bring everything together so seamlessly in a unified user experience, which is what they've achieved here today. All of the NVIDIA and other AI investment over the past years has reached, listen to this, has reached its first big culmination and purpose today in enabling an end product by Apple, which will bring a seamless AI experience to the masses for the very first time. Read it and weep, pundits, okay? This is the first innovative and revolutionary product from Apple in many, many years and will lead to explosive iPhone sales well above what analysts are currently modeling. All right, that's my belief on this. I think the pundit class has it wrong. You see this candle right here on May 23rd? I'm thinking we could see similar thing happen. You had this red candle making it move close to the 20 DMA. You got the RSI right there pulling back to 60. Same exact candle here today. Can we see a big bounce back? I like the story. I'm in it. I added calls at the end of the day, betting against this pundit class. We'll see if I'm right. So Shop and Apple will definitely be in the top 5 today. Now, Lily is in our model portfolio. Okay. We missed it as a trade idea, but we have it in our model portfolio right here with 5% exposure in our GLP-1 bucket. So we're enjoying the fruits of that. Yesterday, they got a advisory committee to approve an Alzheimer's drug. Okay. So the stock is just taking off, heading towards, this is basically like the NVIDIA of the biotech space or NVIDIA of the pharmaceutical space, Lilly. Okay. So market cap heading to $1 trillion. Market cap now $822 billion. From my perspective, you just hold this. I just want to own this. I just want to own NVIDIA. I just want to own Lilly. It's exploding. I don't care. I'm just keeping my allocation, and we're keeping the allocation in the model portfolio. I'm not going to make a bet on it in terms of today, gapping up after the news, 2.6%. Not going to be in the top 4 or 5 for today. Let's just talk about Bitcoin real quickly. Definitely a little disappointed here. The story's not over, but not pretty. I thought this was going to be a cup and handle breakout. I think the handles dropped a little bit too much here, starting to look like a little M pattern. We got support at 65,890, the 50 DMA, but Bitcoin a little bit disappointing for sure. And I don't know what to tell you about that. We're just gonna wait and watch. And I'm not gonna place any bets here. See how this resolves. Maybe bounce off that 50 DMA as a place to buy, but not going to be our top 5. We rarely get this wrong. Honestly, this is one of the first big misses I've had predicting a Bitcoin breakout. I still think it's coming, but maybe not as predictable as we'd like it to be here. So Oracle earnings tonight, Broadcom earnings tomorrow. I have some bets in both of these. I think Oracle and Broadcom both have some AI tailwinds, which will give it a chance of beating expectations. Also, Broadcom, there is some speculation of a stock split after NVIDIA did the stock split. So that's one of the reasons I'm in this stock playing the earnings. So small bets on Oracle and Broadcom. I think I have Oracle. What happened? I think I have Oracle. Oh, I have it. Oh, we don't have it here. You know what? Let's make a couple changes to this model portfolio. I want to go 2x MU. All right, this is my favorite AI stock. I want to go 2x MU today. It'll be a calculation I got to do doing this at the open. And to make the calculation easier, okay, I'm going to go 2x MU. And we used to have Oracle in here months ago, or at the beginning when we launched this, and then I got rid of it. I still have it. I didn't sell it in my own portfolio. I really like Oracle. Where can we find room for Oracle and 2x MU? We could always just add it. Then we'd have to sell a little bit of each of these other ones to make room to add Oracle. Okay, or it'll be an easier calculation if I just remove something. But I don't want to really remove any of these things. The only option, which I talked about before, is consolidating Google, Amazon, and Microsoft into just QQQ. And that gives us some cash to then add Oracle to this AI bucket. So, okay. I guess we're just going to add Oracle as another line item. Okay, I got to do the math later on this. So we're going to add we're going to add 1 unit of Oracle, which means to fund this, you got to sell a little bit of each of those other things to buy some Oracle. All right, I think I like this. This is not an ER bet. All right, this is just like a late entry. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. It has ER, but we're buying. If it goes down afterward tomorrow, we're not going to sell it. All right, we're going to hold this through earnings. This is meant to be a long-term hold in the AI bucket. The chart looks beautiful on this, and the thesis too. Hold on. Where'd my charts go now? There we go. All right, Oracle. Okay, there's Oracle. MU, let me just show you MU for a second that we're doubling down on. MU is my favorite AI stock, man. I'm telling you, this thing has a lot of room for explosive growth. The market cap on this thing is only $150 billion, and they are probably the leading player in the memory space that's going to be benefiting from this AI boom cycle. You just hit another new high yesterday. So, all right, those are two changes we're making to our model portfolio. We're doubling down on MU. We're adding Oracle for the day. Shop and Apple are in play. All right, Lily, no, not for today. Bitcoin, not for today. We talked about Oracle. AVGO, we talked about just small ER bets. All right, Tesla didn't work out yesterday. I think it still has a chance of working out into the vote or after the vote on Thursday, but not going to make that a pick for today. So let me just talk about 3 more stocks, and then we'll call it morning. So let's see, Donut, NVAX, Air. Let's talk about these and see if these can make it in for the day. So Donut is above the 20 DMA here. Had an analyst upgrade yesterday. This has been a long time. You know what? I got to put this in the top trades today. I'm going to put this in the top trades because we have, first of all, we had that fundamental deal with McDonald's. Then we have an analyst coming in. The stock found the bottom after that deal. A couple analysts in the last couple weeks have come in, upgraded the stock. Nice W bottoming pattern over the 20 DMA. And so Donut, let's see where the resistance is here. High of this candle is 1151. We're at 1132 now. If this breaks 1151, it could easily go above 12. All right, so let's put Donut in the trade ideas here. So Shopify, Apple, Donut. All right, NVAX and Air, as you know, these are 2 of my most aggressive swing positions I have now. I made both of these Wolf Financial Spaces Trade of the Week ideas last night. I have big positions in both of these. Gosh, it's 9:22 a.m. If you've been following me, you know the thesis on both of these. Let me see if I can recap it really fast for you guys who may be new here this morning. All right, NVAX first. Let's go to the daily chart. All right, here's the gap up here. Sanofi deal, $1.2 billion, $500 million up front. Going concern removed. Major fundamental inflection point. Look at where the stock was in the past, okay? That's all very, very bullish. It's like something like 33% of the float short, okay? So this is pulling back. A lot of the sentiment I've seen out there, people don't realize and don't even know that this even happened. This fundamental inflection point happened. They're just seeing this and they're like, oh, this is like some pump like GameStop, right? Stock highly shorted. It's going right back down to like $9, $10. All right. A lot of people have that view, that sentiment. I think they're going to be proven wrong. Now, it's not a perfect setup at the 20 DMA. I did add the 20 DMA. I noted last night in the Wolf Spaces that the RSI is a little bit high. I wish the RSI was down here at 30 or below when it's tapping the 20 DMA. So yes, as you can see, pre-market down 2.4%. It could drop more. Where are we on the weekly chart? Let's see the daily. So this could drop further. It could, but let me tell you something. If you manage your risk appropriately, manage your allocations, and you give yourself room and time to add more in case it drops further, the further this drops, the much higher profit potential. If you're able to average down on these drops, at some point this thing is going to explode, I think, well past $25. This is a major deal. Market cap does not reflect the fundamentals of this deal yet. By the way, that $1.2 billion deal from Sanofi, these are just development payments. It also includes multi-billion-dollar potential in royalties. How can you invest in which stock? 9:23 a.m. A Blazy. If you can clarify when you're talking about how you can invest, tell me which stock you're talking about. Okay, so that's NVAX. All right. So I got a big position in this, and I'm managing my risk, managing my allocation, so I can add more on the way down if it keeps going down. Okay, Air Test System. This chart looks a little bit better. Looks a lot better, actually. All right. I put out an audio. If you haven't seen it, make sure to follow Story Trading on X, and you can flip back to yesterday's post or just search for Air. And there's a 90-second audio clip from the CEO that just came out a few days ago that started this. See this big green candle? This was sparked by a 90-second audio clip at a William Blair conference. So you don't have to listen to the whole conference. Just follow us on X and you can find that 90-second part of the William Blair conference, which has caused this to happen. Long story short, Air is now an AI play. I think the immediate targets here are going to be the gap fill right here, which is 1450 on the low end, and then the 50-week moving average. So 1450 to 1672. That's my target on Air ahead of earnings, which is supposed to be the third week in July, 1450 to 1672. And if this AI contract that the CEO is talking about at the William Blair conference, if that goes to the next level and they get a big production contract out of it, which I think is the expectation, if and when that happens, I think you're going to see Air become a $30, $40, $50 stock, and that could happen later this year. So Air and NVAX, my two big swing plays. But for today, you know what? I'm going to add Air here because I like that Air chart. I really do like that Air chart. For today, we're going to go Shopify, Apple, Donut, then Air. NVAX, really don't know when it's going to turn around and take off. It could be any time, but Shop, Apple, Donut, Air. All right. And then I'll have to do those calculations later on how to add Oracle and double up on MU over here. I'll figure that out. And just also want to let you know, I'm going to have some personal time off. I know it's crazy time period coming here. Man, I hate this desktop. I can't wait to connect my phone for the next show. But I'm going to be off the next 2 days. All right. We'll have some tweets go out to remind you of certain events and stuff, some pre-scheduled tweets. So just follow us on X so you can be notified of important events that are happening the next 2 days. But we'll be back here. The next show, let's see, I'm out for 2 days. So next show will be Friday morning, and then we're back to a full schedule. All right. So good luck, everyone. And make sure to download our free app at storytrading.com/app and make sure to follow us. We may be launching our own Discord a few weeks from now. And if we do, those who are following us on Twitter will get some promotions. So good luck. Take care, guys.